We hear in these days, after the Ascension, the words uttered by the Saviour during his farewell discourse before the Passion. We have few words reported after the Ascension itself, and so it is fitting that we hear this ample discourse in which he opens his heart to his disciples and allows them even to hear his prayer and therefore his intimacy with the Father. And in this high priestly prayer we are included, we are prayed for. And what is prayed for? We are to be one. His glory is to be extended in his members. We are to be his witnesses. We have to be preserved and protected from the world and not taken out of it, for we are his members upon earth, and he depends upon us. When we see the intimacy of the love between the Son and the Father, in which we are caught up, we see our responsibility towards unity and the gravity of all that militates against it. If the Saviour prays with such intensity that the unity that is between the Father and the Son be maintained in the members, then we must perceive what it is that is required of us. For when we are in praise, we are in the presence of the Trinity and of his holy angels, and something of that unity must be felt in our praise. Hence it is that sins against charity, when in prayer mode, are to be excluded completely. And indeed, in the house of the Lord, sins against charity are not at all in any way coherent when it comes to serving the God of love. How can we cause pain at the service of the God of love? And so it is also that in a community where God is served directly and exclusively, to have other dynamics coming in is jarring. It's something actually nonsensical. For if we are authentic, and if a community is authentic as a family, then something of the life of the Trinity must be felt therein. It applies also to a parish or a prayer group, or indeed a Christian family, which is a team for the Lord if it is actually based in the choice of a spouse made in prayer, so that God may be served in the new domestic church. Let us remember that at the end of our day here on earth, it is on love and charity that we will be judged. And charity is always the interpreter of the law. And it is nonsensical if, for instance, to observe perfection of rubrics or chant, charity goes out of the window. Is God being served there? And also, to be wanting to be seen, to be wanting to be noticed, is counterproductive and co-inquinates completely the purity of praise, for indirectly we are using the podium of God to be praised ourselves. We must disappear, as the angels do, in perfect harmony of Godward love and worship. If that is not happening, God is not being worshipped. We are. Cardinal de Medina, who was head of the Congregation for the Discipline of the Sacraments that is, of divine worship itself, did have this teaching that true worship did not happen if the soul was not in a state of grace. The reason is simple. The first worship is that of the will, and if the will is disorientated, God is not Lord. If God is Lord, He is Lord of all, and the worship of our life as a whole is required, of which then the moments of praise are the natural expression. So true praise will be there if the heart loves. If it does not, something else will be felt in the house of God and in the abuse of worship for other ends. Confession, then, is what cleanses. I was moved when I had to clean a new confessional which was very old, which was given to us at the Abbey one day. And I thought of the mystery of the power of grace to wash away sins, that souls might be saved from damnation, and thus able to worship the Lord in spirit and in truth. I clean what shall clean all that in a man and womankind is spread. For yesterday still travels through this grill, and no age can much alter what is here, and came this way. I here recall what secrets could be heard but once upon this earth. I hear, and see the liquid sins that in a word did melt and trickle down when grace was near. I see again the beauty of a soul, the ugliness of some, the peace withheld, or that the will was not, and that the whole would still be held a while. For I beheld here set between heaven and earth full foul fair things, for each that knelt I felt where brimstone clings.